Wouldn't you love to have a super bloom of abundance in your life like we're having now in California after all these heavy rains this winter? We've had over 27 inches of water, which is a lot considering that we've been in drought for many, many years. This abundance of water causes a super bloom. A super bloom is a rare botanical phenomenon in which an unusually high proportion of wildflowers whose seeds have been laying dormant in the soil germinate and blossom at roughly the same time due to an unusually wet rainy season. Now, what does this have to do with you having abundance in your life? Well, as in nature, so is as in humans, since we're all part of the greater consciousness of all that is. Let me explain. When rains come early, we get early green grasses, so it would make sense to believe that all this rain, the super bloom would happen early too. That we get these gorgeous fields of flowers as soon as possible because the water was there, the sunshine was out, causing the seeds to come to life. It's kind of like if you were to come into financial windfall and you start to spend it immediately, right? You have it now, so you start to use it now. And if it's a windfall that you could see coming, you'd almost likely already have earmarked it on how and where you'll use it. You kind of can't wait. Yet this is not the case with nature. See, when the conditions are right for super blooms to happen, they take their time. They follow their natural duration from seed to flower. They take longer. They follow their natural timeline because there's enough resources, water available for their seeds to have what they need to make it to the flower stage. And if they grow at their natural rate, not under stress, not worried about scarcity, then they will have stronger stems, stalks, leaves, stamens, petals, and vitality because they were able to grow at their intended rate. It's more enjoyable for the flower, it's more long lasting, and it's more useful for the bees, insects, birds, and other organisms that engage with these plants. It actually prolongs the available food, nectar, and ground cover for the ecology that lives amongst them. When a plant is not under stress, it gets its seeds to shed. It can take its time, evaluate the best plan for growth. Conversely, when there's a drought, the growth time from seed to flower has to go very fast. It has to rush because it's desperate to use the water that is in the soil for its own growth. The plant knows there's competition. It knows there is not a lot of available water and it's trying to survive. So it will go from seed to flower as fast as it can to ensure its species gets the next generation of seeds dispersed. Funny how this feels really familiar to how we as humans act when we are struggling and desperate for abundance, success, and money. And our critter brain, that's the brain that's responsible for our survival. It's our subconscious brain, and it is not rational at all. This critter brain is in fight, flight, or freeze regarding its available resources. Have you ever experienced this? Where you are hustling to get the next deal done, to find another opportunity, or hoard what you have until there's a larger rainfall to create a super bloom of money. Maybe you've been in drought for some time now and it's been nonstop hustle and you're tired and your body's exhausted and you want to take a break. You feel like you still don't have enough. You can't say what would be enough to take a step back or hell, even take a vacation. That line of enough just keeps moving farther and farther out, and the drought never seems to end. What I'm about to say next will not surprise you. When you have that feeling that there is never enough money, no matter how much you have, then there's a scarcity belief running. It's running when there's no amount of money feels like enough. No promotion, no career title is enough. Yet you hope that the next one will be the one to finally make you feel secure, safe, and successful, so that you can just sit down and take a breath. I know, I've been there. Even deeper below that scarcity belief is a safety pattern that's running in your subconscious. And I talk about this in my 3-part series of Deblocking Abundance. But the safety pattern that is running underneath that scarcity belief is from early childhood. Shocker. And yet that safety pattern is usually regarding some lack of feeling safe as a child, not feeling really loved, not being able to be yourself, or a lack of a sense of belonging in your family. Now, I cannot say what it is for you because everyone has their own flavor of it. Yet I can say this type of experience is what I typically find under that scarcity belief system. The good news is it's all revisable. Yes, it is. And I'm happy to help you revise these safety patterns and the limiting beliefs. It's what I love to do. The thing about money is that it has the energy of blessings and benevolence. So approaching it with desperation and scarcity isn't going to help. You actually need to engage with it from your truer self, the one that isn't running the distorted version of what is enough. You actually have to get to the root of that safety pattern and revise it there in your subconscious so that you too can have a super bloom of abundance. But to get there, you need to revise that old programming that is running in your subconscious from your childhood. These old beliefs just aren't useful anymore. They were useful at one time, but now they've outlived their relevance. And you want different things now. You are not that small child trying to make sense of the world anymore. You're an adult and you have expanded capacities and abilities. You can handle a larger experience of abundance and satisfaction in your life. If you want to learn more, set up a time below to connect.